Welcome to Movies I Wish I Could Make. If you're like me, one of your favorite shows was Star Trek The Next Generation. And if you're also like me, one of your favorite characters was Captain Picard. I really think he was one of the best written characters in the last 30 years. And the fact that they are still making series today centered around Captain Picard suggests that I'm not alone in that thinking. So my movie would be centered around a Picard theme. So we would be introduced to a new crew, new starship, new captain, so new people. And we would learn about each new crew member and what are their strengths, and we would see that they are actually some of the best in their field. And for whatever reason, they haven't quite reached their full potential. And seeing this, the Admiral would say, how can we push this crew over the edge into greatness? I know, let's pull Captain Picard out of retirement, put him on new starship, and let him mentor new crew for a couple of weeks. So that's what would happen. And in doing so, we would see a lot of really great scenes where there would be great dialogue between Picard and new crew member or new captain, where we would see how Picard makes his decisions. What is his method of reasoning? How does he prioritize certain issues? And so many times in writing they say, show, don't tell. But sometimes you just want people to tell you, right? Just tell me what makes you so great, right? I just want to be told. So anyway, that's what would happen. We would see Picard really laying down the pearls of wisdom. And when it comes to Captain Picard and new captain and their mentor meetings, we would see a little bit of conflict, nothing huge, but we would see where new captain would show how he thinks and how it differs from Captain Picard. And you'd see a little bit of push and pull about how Captain Picard is really saying, this is why I think this, and new captain saying, I don't think so. So, but in a, light, friendly way, nothing really overly, stressful. So whatever, mentorship ends, Picard leaves the ship, and new crew are on their own. Enter conflict. So there would be a new threat on the horizon. For whatever reason, new crew and their new ship are the only people at the right place and in the right time to deal with this enemy that has entered their space. So there would be no getting out of it, and I'm not sure what form the conflict would take yet, but it would be a doozy. It's not something that the audience could think, oh, let me guess, you would solve it by doing X, Y, and Z. No, it would be something that has no pretty solution and is just full of really hard decisions. So that's what would happen. Although new crew will ultimately be successful, they don't come out without casualties, and a lot of hard decisions will have been made, and we would really see the inner struggle that the new captain would have dealing with this new threat. So it happens. They ultimately win, but it wasn't easy or pretty. So new captain then meets up with Captain Picard again. Captain Picard comes back to the ship to sort of touch base and see how they were doing after that horrible conflict. And in doing so, new captain says, well, I really thought what made being a good captain would be, always coming out without casualties and no losses and, everything being wrapped up with a pretty bow at the end. And that just didn't happen. And I see now you were right in our mentor meetings when you said X. And, we would just go on that journey with him, how he learns how to sort of grow beyond the ideals of youth and, deal with the harsh realities of being in charge and what leadership means and what responsibilities come with that and that kind of thing. And so that would be my movie. And I think it would be great to see a movie just filled with a lot of the best parts of Picard. And thank you for listening this long. I hope you agree.